Once upon a time, on a snowy winter day, a boy gathered snow and made a snowman. Because the boy put his heart into making the snowman came to life. On that day, the snowman came to life and muttered, "What's wrong? Something's strange. I can hear a creaking sound inside my body." The snowman glared at the sun setting in the western sky, with eyes made from pieces of the roof of a house, and continued, "The sun is bright, but I don't blink." A dog, who had been listening to the snowman's story, came out of its hut and said, "Snowman, it was a little warm today. But it's going to be very cold tonight. I have a good nose, so I can smell it." Just as the dog had said, as the night deepened, the cold grew and snow began to fall. The snow sparkled in the moonlight. "Wow, it's so pretty." While the snowman was admiring the sight, he heard a happy voice from inside the house. "What's that red thing that's moving and shining?" Looking inside the house, the snowman asked the dog. "That's a stove, and it's the most wonderful thing in the world for a cold day." Is a stove cold like me? No, it's the opposite. Look closely at the stove. As soon as the snowman saw the stove burning red in the room, he felt a tingling in his body. "What? I can hear that sound inside my body again. I want to go near that stove." "Don't. If you go near the stove, you'll melt." "But I really want to go near that stove." "Oh dear. Even if you say that, who's going to let you in?" The dog said that and went back to the hut and went to sleep. "But I really want to go near the stove." When it got dark, the fire in the stove got redder and looked very beautiful. Feeling his face getting warm from the flames of the stove, the snowman spoke to himself again. "Oh, it seems I've really grown to like the stove. I really want to go near it. I wonder if this is love." In the morning, the dog said to the snowman, "It will be warm today. It smells different." Just as he said, the weather got better, and the sun began to shine brightly. The snowman gradually melted. The dog looked at the snowman and said sadly, "I'm sorry, but today may be the day we say goodbye." The next morning, the dog found the stove's fire poker lying where the snowman had been. "I see. So the snowman's body was filled with the stove's fire poker. And that's why he wanted to go near the stove." Eventually, someone in the house noticed the poker lying on the ground, brought it back to their room, and placed it near the stove. Thus, the snowman's wish came true, and he was able to go near the stove.